Yeah, NORA is the National Online Retailers Association, and it's the newest retail association in Australia. There are already a few, but I guess the point of difference with NORA, it's advocating, if you like, for the new retail. I use that term quite liberally, new retail, because the term online in this fast-changing space is almost under pressure. What does online mean when mobile commerce is the fastest growing retail channel? But really the three defining points of NORA, it's a retail that's technology-led, and of course the clever country in the Asian century, we should be pleased about that. It's a highly customer-centric, and that's not so much about customer service, that's about really understanding the customer, it's about big data. So providing a very personal customer experience at scale. And thirdly, it's got a very strong consumer direct footprint. I think we all recognize that it's lovely bringing the shops to us rather than making us go to the shops, particularly in regional and rural Australia. So that's the definer of NORA. It's early days, but it's going really well.
What are your messages about online commerce, retail commerce, particularly targeting people in rural and regional and remote Australia?
Well, I think there are three themes that I'll be talking about today, why it's relevant to a conference like this, because this is not a retail conference. I mean, this is a digital rural futures conference. Well, I think the first thing is we're all shoppers. So I think regional and rural Australia are certainly enjoying this new retail because it's giving us more choice, more variety, and in fact, competitive pricing. So that's the first thing. But number two, what I really want to focus on, there's an entrepreneurial opportunity here for regionally based retailers to do very well. The world is now hyper-connected. The world is global. Increasingly, it's getting flat. So I think there's a lot of good retailers outside of metropolitan Australia that recognize they can build a very big business at scale from the beautiful areas like Armidale. So we used on our board is Jane Kay of Bird's Nest. She's, for me, the poster child of someone in Cooma in South New South Wales who's built a fabulous and sizable retail business from a town of 6,000 people. And she's one of the largest employers in the area. So that's been done very quickly. And last but not least, it's also about entrepreneurship generally. I mean, here we are at a university, the University of New England, in a center with about 25,000 people. Now, Silicon Valley is Stanford University, and it's not a huge region, so anything is possible.
Very good. Particularly then aimed at farmers. So what you're looking for is people to step up, to embrace the challenges that are arising from online retailing and get active and get established in reaching out to audiences not only in their region, but right around the world, perhaps.
Well, I think farmers are the ultimate entrepreneurs. We all know that. Farmers have always traditionally had to do more with less, and so they've led the charge in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship. But I'm also talking today about one of the strongest forces in retail today, and that's the force of disintermediation, which really at its core is removing the middleman. And my sense of it is that the supply chain is compressing. So farmers increasingly selling to the end user, cutting out all the inefficiencies of the traditional supply chain. Now that's got to be an opportunity. I know it's not easy, and certainly easier said than done, but I think this is the way the world trend seems to be moving. So certainly I'd be chatting to farmers if they'd want to chat to me about ways they can explore shipping direct to the end user as opposed to going through the traditional supply chain or on top of going.
Well, fantastic, because farmers have traditionally railed against the mythical bogeyman, the middleman. So tell me just quickly, finally, Paul, Bird's Nest, give us a thumbnail sketch of how that business was established and how it's prospered.
It's a great story. So Jane Kay is the proprietor, the founder of Bird's Nest. Now Jane was a tech University of New South Wales graduate in technology. I think she had a stint with IBM, very bright, but she married a farmer. And so she moved down to Cooma and she thought, well, what do I do here? And she likes fashion. She's a very glamorous and elegant person. So she decided to go into fashion retail. Now, fashion retail in a small centre is hard. I mean, we all know if you go down the high streets of a lot of smaller towns, it's tough. You can see it, lots of for lease signs. Now, Jane said, okay, I'll start a shop, but I'll also explore the power of the internet. And she's grown a multi-million-dollar business rather quickly. But the nice thing is she hasn't given up on her store in Cooma. And it's more than a store, Mike. It's an absolute showroom. It's technology-led. There's iPads. There's services second to none. I know lots of women who drive down from Sydney to go and shop there. That's how good it is. And so she, to me, represents what is possible. It's very real. This is not theory.